Hello, everyone, and welcome to a super summer episode of Unsealed and Revealed. I am your host, Jeff May, and with me, as always, I have our resident six-skill enthusiast slash expert, an all-around mild-mannered guy to know, Guy Klender. Guy, how you doing, bud?
I'm feeling great, Jeff. How are you?
Oh, I'm feeling fantastic. I feel like I am ready to take a look. Now, of course, we have our fantabulous moderator supreme, Cassidy, on the ones and twos, and she'll be taking your questions, comments, and concerns through all the live channels. Cassidy, how you living?
Living great, moderator supreme, doing good over here.
I like that. Now, today we are looking at the Superman 6-scale figure from Sideshow. I love when we get to take a look at these Sideshow pieces. Now, as you can see, just like normal, Guy Klender is back in the studio and he is feeling awesome. Right, Guy?
I feel great.
You look great. Now, we are, of course, continuing to practice social distancing and being safe. My man, super producer Sam, is over there behind the camera, more than 6 feet away, wearing a mask, and no one else is in the studio with Guy. Not a soul. All right? And as always, we are doing our best to ensure the good health of ourselves and others, and we hope you are too. Now, that being said, Guy, I'm going to need you to crack this baby open because I'm excited.
Right. All right. Well, I'm glad to show this one off. I know you and I both really like what Sideshow has been doing with the comic versions of the figures. So let's take a look. Right here, really fun artwork. Again, the colors are bright and bold. On the one side here, and we have this unique kind of split, we have Metropolis, and it's going to be done as a wraparound. I'm going to show that in a second. And then some of the classic comics done on the side with our Sideshow logo and our DC logo. Let's take a look at the one side. As I said, kind of continues around, and we see the Daily Planet up there. Continuing on the other side, we have more of our classic line art comics.
I like it.
All right. Biggest
like
scoop
that.
of 1958 written down there. Really a two-way TV set! Exclamation point.
Guy, this is a good way of sort of looking at, because when we do the Sideshow pieces and we do the Hot Toys pieces sometimes, and Hot Toys really has mastered the live action stuff very well. And Sideshow, when we get these Sideshow 6 scales, they tend to be very focused on the comic specific. And as a comics guy myself, I really love seeing these show up.
Yeah.
The sort of the love for comics, and we've done it a few times with the Flash, for example, is that sort of Silver Age vibe that we get with these pieces, and I really do love seeing them. I love the box art.
I really love the box art on all these has really blown me away on these. So again, we get some of that black and white line art there. And this is the one that we showed before on the other side. But as we lift up, and this is that shoebox style.
Oh, look at that color.
Look at how bright that is. I wanted you to see that one from the side. Let me move that so it's not.
Gorgeous.
I love all of little text. You could just continue to get lost in all of the stuff that is there. Now, I want to show you the other side of the box. You're seeing his hand and that artwork there, but that is because that's done as wraparound.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
All right, good. I was able to spin it around so you were able to see. And then the line art, again, down on the side. Really dig that they do that. Now, once I move the figure out, we keep going with that really neat art. I think you're going to dig on this, because this...
I do love these a lot.
Is some of the panel work.
As well as the Superman #1 cover.
But then, we've got some of the covers.
Yeah.
On that side there.
I like that they didn't skimp from covering Gold and Silver Age designs in there, too.
Yes. Now, okay, so here we see that we've kind of got the arm and the cape, but that's because it
wraps around, right?
So, I mean, they just did this continuous wrap on all of it that was pretty darn neat. And there is, again, more of the cover art.
That's a mega shout out to the graphic arts department.
Yeah.
Sideshow for doing this, because it is really fantastic.
I love when they do all this. There's so much going on with just the packaging that it's definitely a display option. All right. Our last of our graphic art is going to be our wraparound. And this is his belt and shield that will slide off. And then we have our first tray. Pull it off as so. And then we have an under tray as well.
Ooh.
All right. Now, inside the top tray, you're going to see that we have that double height stand. And we'll get into that in a little bit.
Oh.
All right. Got that one, as well as our traditional stand. And then in our lower tray, we have our stand, our bottle city, as well.
Kandor.
Yeah.
Kandor.
As well as our lead case with Kryptonite. So I'm going to pull these out and
That's
set
so cool.
these here. Pull all of our stand options out. The other accessory that we have next to our bottle city is this guy here, and I know you love on him.
Oh, Starro.
Starro. Now, Starro is the accessory that is also in the top case as well.
I like that. And he's designed to go, I'm guessing, when we're going to find out, on the face.
Yeah, and they've done a really neat, fun way to do that and protect the sculpt on it. And so you don't need to worry about that. I was digging on that. Okay, so it's a little quick close-up of those accessories. We're going to see those again with the figure as well. We're going to jump to our overhead and take a look at the figure himself.
Before we jump to that real quick, Guy, I do want to take a minute to shout out these 3 specific accessories. I think these might be the 3 funnest and kind of coolest accessories that we've seen with a 6 scale so far.
Yes.
Not just because Superman doesn't have weapons, realistically speaking. So there's not going to be much, you wouldn't be like, oh, and here's Superman with an M16. It's not going to happen. So what you get is you get Kandor, you get Starro, and you get a lead case filled with Kryptonite. Those are 3 amazing things to package with the Superman. I love this so much.
It's very fun, and I can't wait to show them off and how they interact with said figure.
Oh, yeah.
So here is our figure in our case, and he's going to come with the fist hands. He also comes with 2 flying hands, very important. And then we have 2 that they refer to as holding, or you could also call these a slightly relaxed. This is if you're going to be holding the accessories there.
This is what I do with my hands in every photograph.
Yes.
That's the exact chill pose that I have.
that's your chill pose. There is our flight hands there. Again, what I've always really appreciated with that Sideshow does with their 6 scale figures is that the additional hands are already on an additional peg. So instead of only getting a couple extra pegs, here I have 4 extra ones as well as the 2 that come with the figure. Let's take a look at.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. The hands, the way the hands are sculpted, like the detail in the hands, is pretty impressive.
Oh yeah, we'll try and see if we can get as close as we can.
The fingernails look great.
Even the fingernails, they even have the little white on the edge, which is pretty dark. Move to it. All right, I'm gonna try and whoop. Even see that it has the even the fingernails in that are really spectacular.
I'm making flying hands, and I'm looking at my thumbs compared to that thumbs, and I'm like, yep, that's how it would work.
Well, now that we've got the close-ups and we're looking at that, let's take a look at this one here. Singular eye. You've got that bright kind of turquoise-esque blue. What I want to show you here is here on the side, there and there, and those stick into his ears. But what that does is it hovers it a little over the face, so I don't have to worry that it's going to be scratching the paint or the sculpt on that. So we'll show that in a little bit.
So clever.
Yeah. The other is, let's take a look at the lead case. Turn that to the side, and you see that there is that little paint weathering on the side to kind of break up that. Got our little lock on the front, and this does open up to reveal.
Oh my God.
Whoop, little bright.
This is
Kryptonite.
a dangerous thing for Sideshow to have done.
Yes.
Is to put in there. They're like, if you would like to kill your Superman, you can do that.
To kill your Superman. Well, you know, you have somebody who looks like Lex Luthor here to play with the figure, so.
Oh yeah, you brought this, didn't you?
So this is my own. I carry this in my pocket at all times. But it does have some fun luminescence, and so I do want to show that it lifts up.
That is really cool, and it's sort of like the semi-opaque green, like it's
Yes.
light active.
Yeah, if you have light toward it, it's there, but it does have a solid feel as well. And I like the little lock that you see on the front there.
Pretty great.
That
I feel like if I was Superman, I'd want to have a better lock.
You probably, yeah, or two. Have two.
It's so
locks.
cool. Yeah, just a second lock or a second case.
Just a second one.
These so fun. These three accessories are so good.
Yes. All right. Let's take a look at the man himself right here. Okay. This is a fresh out of the box. I have not posed him at all, and he still looks fantastic. He is Superman is a character that, in a stoic and museum pose, is perfect as he is.
Yeah, it lands really well.
But take a look at the way in which the muscular technique is done on that. That it just seems so right. The upper chest, very developed. You got those round shoulder caps. But again, in that style of the drawn comic. I love that to the side. Really like this head sculpt as well. And we're gonna get a close up.
Yeah, it really is sort of a strong composite of those Silver Age designs that we get with Superman. That chin, that's sort of like that rock solid chin.
Yeah, that definitely squared off. There you go. There's another one.
The cheekbones catch the light really well on that piece too. He's got a strong bone structure.
Yes. Now also take a look at how the light catches that hair. Obviously, Superman's hair and that quintessential curl in the front has always been important, but this really just shows that off.
Yeah.
I really like the sculpt that they've done with it. Now, because we've got the close-up there, we're going to add our first accessory piece. And remember I told you that the Starro has the little bits that kind of go to his ears. So I'm going to...
And Starro is a bendable, so you can like pull him a
Yep,
little bit.
he is a softer rubber, but goes on there. You can see.
I mean,
This
who
way-
among us wouldn't?
Yeah, this is not the best day, but you know, you can see that with this one here, because of the way in which they've designed it, you can use this accessory and not worry that it's going to damage your figure at all. I really liked that was thought through.
What a unique way to design or to add on to the character too.
Oh yeah.
Because, you know, Superman, there's like 3 or 4 like classic poses that you would do with a Superman. You know, you might do hands on the hips, or you might do the up and away, or something like that. But then you can just be like, and also here he is with a parasite from space on his face.
Space parasite. Let's take a look next to it. You can also see that there is that divot that's going to kind of go around the nose. So like I said, I really appreciate that what they've done there with that is making sure that he's not damaged while you use him. In any way. So let's go from the top all the way down, and we'll start to talk a little bit about articulation and all. I'm going to swoop the cape over one shoulder because I do want you to see how the arms are done.
Look at them shoulders, exactly like mine.
Yeah, the three distinct muscle heads on the shoulder there. The nice bicep, the double cut back of the arm there.
It's like I went into Sideshow and they just sculpted a me.
Yeah, this was. I think for a while they were going to call this the Jeff, but
They were not.
no,
Nope,
they weren't. Okay.
not even remotely.
Let's take a look. So what I've done here is give us that straight up to the side, so you're going to see the power of that and how it moves. But I also want you to see this fabric is not necessarily glued on or anything like that. So you do have a little bit of play on that, and that's again great work by cut and sew to allow us to get those smooth lines and not be hindered in any way.
Yeah.
On there. Really, who doesn't like a good soup?
On a nice hot day.
There we go. We got a 90-degree bend on arm there. I love how bright the blue is.
Yeah, is it like a spandex? Like how's the?
Yes. Yeah. This is a spandex type suit. You can see that there is a texture to it, but more that's the fabric itself, not necessarily a texture in there to break up the lighting. They do want that, as you said, Silver Age, sleek look to the suit.
So, Guy, as we're doing that and as we're setting that up, and I dropped the ball I was supposed to ask 3 minutes ago. Cassidy, how are we doing on the questions, comments, concerns over there in the chat?
We are doing pretty good. We have 2 questions at the moment, or actually, yes, a few. Granite Grizzles from YouTube wants to know, is the Kryptonite removable?
Answer to your question is
Can we
no,
take that big old?
is no, it is not.
It is not.
Okay, it is in there. So do not try and pry it out. It looks as though it's been, set down into the foam, and that's just the design and the sculpt, but it is not a removable piece.
Got it. Cool. And I said I had a few questions, but I lied. That was it.
That was it. Okay.
At the moment.
That's all right. As a moderator supreme, you can change.
Yeah, she has supreme authority. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we get that straight up over the head, obviously for your flight poses. Jeff,
Very important, I think, to this during the sculpt. I think was a major point for the team to make sure that you're going to have this articulation go that specifically vertical.
Jeff, I'm going to be real quiet for a moment, so hopefully you can hear the joints. Don't know if you can hear those, but they are that nice tight ratchet.
Oh, I heard one.
Okay, yeah, there's a nice tight ratchet on there, and that's particularly when you're going to be doing a pose like you talked about, something so iconic as a kind of up over the head style. All right, we're going to do the other side as well. As I said, there we go. You heard a little bit more.
Oh yeah.
And so when I'm doing that, just how the suit works.
This is if you were going to mug Superman.
Yeah, exactly. But I did want to show off range of motion, but also, again, how that suit flows. Okay, how the natural movement of it. Here back with the shoulder as well. Like I said, you can move it a little bit, but that would be a natural crease. That's how that would happen.
That's how clothes work.
That's exactly. That is how clothes work. Back to the front here, we do have that back and forth on the shoulders that can go backward and forward a little bit, giving us a little bit more play as well. Now, as far as our head, traditional side to side. This one here, there is a little bit of front, a little bit back, but it's not a double jointed straight to the back, and that's to kind of keep that line. Once we've got those arms up, why don't we spin it around, and we're going to show both that chest seal and the back of the cape.
Now I want to look at that chest shield a lot. What's the vibe on the chest shield and then the cape logo? Is it raised? Is it 3D printed on, I'm guessing? That's what I wanted to show, is that these are a printed right on. Of course, we've got the yellow for the back one, and I've always kind of liked the very simplistic, and I liked when it had the
shield on the cape. I liked that as well.
Yeah.
And this is, on that one there, it is a silk screened. Silk screened or 3D printed on the one on the cape. We also have a very similar on the side. You kind of see, if I twist it there, you can see that it is raised because it has been attached on there. Kind of see that.
Oh, okay.
You can also see on here just how tight the cut and sew is on that.
He's got that strong. He's got that strong rib game going on too. With the chest.
Yeah. He's doing well, and that's because you've mentioned that. Obviously, Superman, you arch when you fly, but he's got a lot of great range of motion, both front and back on there, and twisting to the side. Because of the way in which the fabric is, this is one that you can do those dynamic poses with and not really be too concerned about damage. This isn't a rubberized style suit.
So it's not the way like the Hot Toys Cavill one had that rubber.
Right. I mean, yeah, but that was a very different style of suit.
Of course. Yeah.
But yes, exactly. Those are ones where you worry that I did not, because they're printed, 3D printed on the outside, that if I leave it in a dynamic for a while, I might worry about the fabric adhering to itself. In this way, because it's done in the cloth, we're not worried about that. This is your favorite, and he can really do these. Because this is Silver Age, that's Silver Age is old time, and that is old timey stretches.
An old timey stretch for an old timey superhero, man. I am digging it.
But great range of motion there as well. Then we're going to work down, and we're going to take a look at the belt and trunks.
You know, it's funny with the trunks because, you know, back in when they sort of redid the design of the suit during the New 52 and they eliminated the trunks, there was a big
uprising
about it. And a lot of that comes back to, you know, before, you know, Superman was, when you really look at the first superhero, you know, there were pulp heroes and things like that, but nothing like this. And they didn't have a template, so they used old-timey strongmen, circus strongmen. And the underwear on the outside, it goes to sort of complete the pattern and not distract from the musculature of the characters. And it really has worked for such a long time.
I always liked it. Now let's take a look. The belt itself is a rubberized style of plastic. Okay, it's not a fabric.
Is that buckle raised? Yes. Okay.
Buckle is raised. Yep. Trying to go slow so we can catch them at all the angles, and it does slide through the belt loops. It is not a removable piece, and then it is attached here in the back. You can see where they've seamed it together as well. Currently, he has his cape up over his head, which is difficult for flight, but
standard Superman move.
Yeah, but it does allow you to see kind of the way in which the trunks were done, and that. Also, we can take a look at our articulation. Got a lot of articulation in the leg. We can go completely straight out like so. The nice part with these type suits is the range of motion. This is the incredible range of motion. And then back, we've got about 25 degrees on the back, but again, we're not going to be. It's not a range.
So it's not a big leg back one.
Correct. Yep. It's a lot of leg forward, but not a ton of leg back. We'll now take a look at the knee. You can tell you got the.
You can hear the ratcheting.
You can hear the tight on there, and a little more than 90 on so. And again, like I said, I love the fact that I can. Move that fabric and adjust.
Yeah, man, that sounds fresh out of the box.
Yes. See, there's those sounds and smells of the fresh toys that I like so much. Now let's take a look right down here at the boot. Absolutely important aspect. Again, that bright red. I love the cut up here. Down here is our cut ankle, and that allows us a lot more range of motion. When we do that, and you have that cut. So what you'll do
I'll be honest. Guy, that seam was invisible to me when you were showing before. I was in my head like, I hope there's more flexibility in the ankle. I didn't even see the cut.
Yeah, it's done. So you'll raise that top area. I kind of just holding it a little bit,
So
moving the
boot
foot.
is 2 pieces.
Yep, moving the foot where I need it, and then I'm going to drop it down. So if I were to do the kind of wide stance, boom. See how I can do it like so? Like you said, it
Okay.
it allows us to continue that flat foot, but get that.
Oh, good for you, Sideshow.
Yep. Great work on that. Love what they've done with that boot.
I do like that. Now, Guy,
Oh.
there's something that you kind of pulled away from me. I thought we were going to go for.
Oh, no, I'm just making you wait.
Guy, I think it's about time. We need to go for a little tread walk.
Bam!
What do we got on tread here? It's a smooth boot.
It is a smooth boot. It is a smooth, slick shoe right there. But this is in the same red color. Heel is in the same red color as the actual boot.
I would say a smooth boot for Superman makes sense because gravity is not really a thing. So
It's not
friction,
a thing. He doesn't have to worry about it.
I feel like every time he's walking, he's just pretending.
Yeah, he's just pretending. I don't need to do this. Let's also take a look at, again, some other points of articulation. We do, of course, have that twist in the leg that you can go completely out and inward as needed.
For square dancing.
For square dancing. You know, I think in Smallville, he probably did a little more square dancing than we,
I would think so,
realize.
Close to a super split. He looks like he's a cheerleader right there.
Yes. Did he cheer in Smallville, perhaps, for the team?
Maybe. I would hate to see an accidental strength surge when he's throwing someone into the air. Then.
Now, because we had it like that, let's take a look at how large our cape is and the cut of it. All right?
So is there wires in the cape at all?
There are not. This is a non-wired cape. But see, it has a nice...
And this is how most will display it, is this specific pattern right here, this design.
Yeah.
Leg split.
Leg split, arms up, this and the other.
out.
Yeah, it takes a little work when you display it that way, but it's so worth that additional effort. But I do want you to see how large the cape is, but also you can see from this overhead camera how it is attached to the upper area. We can take the arms downward now.
So now we're going to take a closer look to that. But before we keep going, I get to say that for those of you who have just joined us, we are looking at the Superman 6-scale figure from Sideshow. That's right. This is the comics version of Superman that Guy is playing with right there. You have the classic golden/silver age version of the character. Very exciting to take a look at it. And now a little bit of shameless plug time. Don't forget that if you like what you're seeing and you want to see more, make sure to subscribe and hit that notifications bell on your YouTube channel so you won't miss out on any of our amazing content. We have loads of giveaways and events going on all the time, so follow us on our social channels like @CollectSideshow on Twitter and @Sideshow Collectibles on Instagram to keep an eye out for those. Now, before I make Guy do more stuff, Cassidy, how we doing over there in the comments, questions, concerns in the chat?
Oops, sorry, my mic was off. We are doing good. We have a few questions. We want to see the shield, I think, again. On both the cape and the chest.
Will do.
To see if it's raised. I think we talked about that a bit earlier.
Yeah,
we also had some... It is?
It's slightly raised on the chest, yeah.
Got it. Perfect. Yeah. And then we also had some questions about the cape as well and the shield there. If they could see it straight out. So people had some questions about the fabric being bunched up.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, let's try and cover all of those. And Cass, keep me on point if I do jump over or miss one of those that I do.
Got it.
We did ask about the cape straight out. And so while we have our camera in this position, we can see just how far out it goes. As I said, this is a smooth cut. This isn't, Batman style with a jagged. This is actually a scooped. While we've got the cape there, we'll do a nice tight in. This is a raised and printed on yellow shield.
Guy, do me a favor. It looks like it's on one shoulder and not on the other. Can you make it symmetrical so I can take a look at the logo? Okay.
There we go. There we go.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yes, as I had it pulled all the way out there.
Well, it was funny when you first had it, because it was pulled in a different direction. The S looked a little slanted, and I wanted to see if it was more symmetrical or more even, and it is, which is good.
It is on there straight. That is me tweaking and moving the cape around. Since we've got the camera there, we're going to spin the chest one around. You can see again from the side, it is a raised. This is an attached on there as well. I am going to speculate that it is adhered after onto the fabric. In answer to the fabric questions about bunching and things like that, it will naturally bunch if it needs to, but because of the way in which the suit works, however you need to adjust and turn it to keep those lines smooth, you can. Okay, I have switched out the hands. These are those, we'll call them Jeff hands. Mild grasping hands.
My awkward photo hands, yeah. Where
this is awkward. What do I do with my hands? There as well. So that tells you a little bit about the fabric, and that fabric is for the whole suit that way. So if I'm going to take the leg and go upward like so, kind of get that upward flight pose, I do have the ability to move it around as need be. All right. Now, Cass, did that get the multiple questions? Did we get them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe that answered them. Yes. We also had a question from Scott Allen on the Let Your Geek Sideshow Facebook group. He wanted to know, is the bodysuit sewn onto the back?
Is it? Well, let's flip the cape over. Let you see. Backside. This is a detriment to flight. You don't want to have the cape over your face while you fly. That's just a safety precaution. But as far as is it glued or attached? No. Okay. The suit is tightly on there, but as far as points on the bodysuit where it's been glued or attached in any way, I have yet to find a specific point that it is. Now, that being said, it is not a removable suit. Okay, that's not how soup's going to go on this.
I would say, yeah, it's probably best.
Yeah, there's no need. I'll just pull out our traditional stand here while I wing. Those are
always a good sound to hear.
those are the compression on that. Brett's going to grab that for me, and that's just so I can hold the figure while I am showing off a few of his accessories, particularly the, thank you, sir. For those of you that this may be your first Sideshow piece, these are how they'll do the traditional C-stands, all right? They compress in, and that way they will stay at whatever height you need them at.
So if you want them creepily hovering 3 inches off the ground, you're welcome to do that.
Exactly. And you can do that as such. Okay, so I did, as I said, swap out those grip hands. So let's put in an accessory I think is really neat. And I am excited to hear Jeff talk about.
The Bottled City of Kandor.
I really, really dig that. Look at that kind of transparent, almost luminescent look of the city. It's gradient where it's lighter up on the top and then darker down toward the bottom. It does have that Superman seal down in the front.
Originally shrunk by Brainiac.
Yes.
traced in the glass bell and then recovered by Superman and placed in his, depending on where you want to put it, generally the Fortress of Solitude. Safe while he tries to figure out how to restore Kandor to its original.
This is what I love about when we do a show based on the comics is your encyclopedia-esque knowledge of the stuff. I really like it. I mean, for me, it's fun when we will look at the artwork on a box and you'll be, oh, that's reminiscent of, or oh, I actually know the issue that came from. That's a really fun thing, at least for myself too.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad my curse is your benefit.
Exactly.
Like a reflex for me to have to be like, okay, let me explain the history of this stupid thing, and then everyone's like, okay, we don't.
I adore that. I always, that's one of my favorite things is whenever we get to do one of these. Again, like I said, your amazing knowledge on that. We're going to turn that a little to the side so you can see the scale of that accessory.
Yeah, it looks like he's waiting in line at like Antiques Roadshow.
Yeah, he's Antiques Roadshow. Oh, what you have here is a rare bottle city.
This is a millennia-old city. It's a one of one.
It's a one of one. Now at auction. But I really dig on that. Let's talk a little bit about it as far as weight. It does have some heft to it because of the base. But when I had it there resting in his hands, I didn't have to really worry about tilting it backward and hovering it on the chest for additional support. It does have enough to do that just in the hand. All right. There is the underside.
Look at that.
All right.
That is very good Kandor.
And then let's show off something that he's probably not as well. You know what we're going to do? He gets back into line, waits patiently again to have the Antique Roadshow look at his second artifact.
And they're just like, "Are you okay, sir?" And he's all sweating. And falling over. I don't know why I opened this.
Can you quickly give me an estimate? But there you see that one as well.
Yeah.
All right.
I would suggest that we don't pose him that way unless unless a sadist.
Exactly. Unless you're a bit harsh in your posing. What I'm going to do is swap out one of the flight hands. As I talked about before, something that Sideshow does with theirs that I like is that they all have an additional peg in the hands. This just makes it a little easier. I'm less concerned.
Get those flight hands in there because I have some I personally have some questions that I want to know about the posing of the character.
Will do, sir.
Situations.
Will do. I guess if he's not flying, they're more a judo chop style.
Yeah. Can he look up with that with the way the articulation is set up?
We're going to take a look right here. That's something I did want to talk to you about. So that's about as far back as we're going to go.
Okay.
That it can go. It does have a bit of a slant. This is a softer rubberized on the neck there. I don't know if you can see me kind of push in, but we get that there. But in order to get that kind of upward, I would kind of tilt at the waist. And we'll go. Obviously, we know you and I know a guy who could really pose it well for us.
Let me tell you about my man, Terry Smith.
Don't know if Terry's watching today, but he's always great to. I love consulting with him. I was excited when we did that last week, and I knew people were going to ask about it. And I said, okay, can I do a such and such?
Yeah.
But there we have a traditional straight arm up. Now, he has enough balance and everything that I don't really need to use the stand. I'm only doing that because I'm kind of turning it on the turntable for you, but that is your straight up arms. Now you had, Jeff, you had some specifics about the flight arm, or was it the?
Well, I was wondering about like the head to the arms to like
Right.
the posing of that character with the flight arms. I also feel like maybe you could do like the one, like if his left hand or his right hand had the fist, you could do like the up and away where it looks like he's putting one flight hand out and taking off. I just literally punched my microphone while I was saying that because I was doing the pose. Even though I'm not on camera, I'm not on screen.
I am looking forward to the day that you and I will be back in studio together, where we can do that, where you sit a distance from me and you get into the pose, and I have to make the figure do this very same.
We'll call our show Strike a Pose. And
yes,
there will be no copyright problems with that whatsoever.
Not in the least.
Yeah.
Think this is kind of what you're talking about with an up and away.
I mean, kind of, yeah. I would make it more of like a fist on the hip kind of a thing, like a more of a 90-degree, yeah, like that. Maybe even one leg kind of like putting up a little bit.
You want a right or left leg up?
You know what? I'm gonna leave it up to dealer's choice.
All right, we're gonna pop that up. Like so. Love hearing when you get the tight joints. Let's kind of pop that back instead of on the hip, but right next to it.
This is thrilling television right here. Yeah,
exactly. There we go. I'm gonna move that ankle back and adjust the boot. But again, this is where the posing comes into play. Cass? Questions on any of accessories or other?
We did have a few earlier, but you answered a lot of them.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
That's always nice.
So one of them that we had, though, was about dynamic posing with flying, if the stand can do that.
Well, it's not the waist clip, right?
We also have, with this one here, we have the larger stand, remember?
Okay. Oh, okay. So this changes things.
There we go, yeah.
Slips on over. You have your waist clip.
Oh, okay.
All right. So we do have that. Well, this is one we haven't gotten into yet. That you do have both. We saw this with Magneto and some of the other flight characters.
I would be a hover poser. I would do like a hover, like looking at you outside.
Oh, that's how you would. I thought you meant you are a hover poser.
Can you cross his arms over each other, or would that be a little too difficult? Because he's not like made of people meat.
You want to have them crossed over his,
like fold over on his chest, like he's like a bouncer.
Oh, okay.
Because I always remember him like kind of like having his arms kind of like almost like a self hug when he would be like hovering down towards somebody or something. Because he's Superman. This is just me telling guy. This is like the Simon Says of Unsealed and Revealed. This episode.
I like the Simon Says version.
Well, I like to play especially when we get the Sideshow versions. I love the comic stuff, and I love what the Sideshow artists do. It looks like a little tight because he's so muscular.
This one here, it looks like I'm doing some referee thing. No, timeout. This is a timeout.
This is your Tai Chi Superman.
No, stop there, Lex.
Yeah. Stop being evil, Lex.
Yeah.
Get it out.
Okay, no, enough already.
Yeah.
But as far as like a crossed in front of the chest, I'd have to play with him a little bit more to see if that's.
Yeah, it's probably not. Like I said, that involves like you'd need to be like a person, like a real person, maybe.
Like a real person.
Be able to pull
as you
that
said,
off.
the meat of an individual.
Yes.
But yes. Now, when you have the taller stand, you have your option of just the C. Okay, and that's going to loop into the front there. Of course, what you're going to do is kind of double up on there to give it additional support. So you have your your double support as so. So I'm going to have my waist cinch as well as my standard C. Okay? So you have both right there, giving you additional options when we do that. So, as you were saying, Cass, anything else we should cover?
Yes, we have a question about the ankle boot articulation. I know we went over that, but John Johnson on Facebook wants to know specifically, can he make him walk in a stop motion, like for instance, I think just walking range.
Okay. I was like, is he making his own stop motion films? I like.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see.
Go to that. There's copyrights. There's copyrights.
Exactly. I don't know. Let's take a look. You were asking about foot articulation. What I'm going to do is take him off the stand here. I'm going to probably lift the cape out of the way. I'm going to wrap that there. And so you were asking.
This wrap.
Yeah. This is a windy day in Metropolis. But as far as that, you do have, like I said, you have that articulation back there. You're going to lift up on that top cut aspect of the boot, get where you need, and go. All right, and then a forward walk as well. So yes, you can do your stop motion walk. There's not a break in the front toe area. Okay, this is a solid molded piece as far as the lower area of the boot. Okay, but yep, you'll be able to do your walking poses with that as well.
Nice. Very nice. What else you got for us, Cass?
We do have a question with the superhero landing, as I think we do get that question every week.
Yes, we do. Did Superman ever land that way in Silver Age comic?
It's not a I mean, maybe the Cavill Superman did. Seems like something that they would have made.
Well, let's see. Yeah. That particular landing is one leg forward, one leg backward, a twist, and a forward arm motion, a bend at the waist. You can get. It's not necessarily a pose to me that really shows off your figure much. It's definitely something that we'll talk about with an Iron Man pose. But on this particular Superman, that kind of looks as a morning.
Like a genuflection, yeah.
Yeah, it looks a little bit more genuflect. But if you want kind of the downward genuflecting Superman, let me try and see if I can get him to go that way. Not really one I would have thought of for this guy.
Have we ever had a full-on superhero pose? I don't think we've ever done one with a scale before.
Terry and I have talked through them. I mean, and video chatted about them. But it's not a pose I normally do with the figure. I mean, it's a neat idea, but to me, it never really shows off your figure.
Yeah. I actually like where you were going before, where you had the sort of the fists on the hips.
Yeah, but that's an interesting, different take on that particular pose.
Yeah, you could, if there's a Zod in front of him, you could say he kneels before.
There you go. There you go. Perhaps one day we will get a Zod. But yeah, I was kind of going to try for more the hand on the. Put your hands on your hips style.
Is that how you would go? That's sort of like the classic Superman.
You know what? I would have said that if it didn't have that Kandor accessory.
Oh yeah, you like Kandor.
I like that accessory so much.
So that's, by the way, the base. It's just a classic hexagon,
classic hexagon base. There's not a print or anything on that particular one.
Copy that.
I'm going to straighten and flatten said boot. I'm going to have his slightly open Kryptonite and his Kandor bottle there. Boop. Sorry there, Soup. I like his little accessories. This is one where I think I want to show off his accessory.
Mm-hmm.
I dig it. I dig those. So, but yeah, he's really fun. And again, as you and I have said, the use of the Silver Age comics, the fun that we get with the comic versions that Sideshow is doing is really neat because we're not worried about an actor resemblance, but we're but more of a style.
Yeah, just the soul of a character.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. The soul of the character.
And I do want to shout out, and it's you can see really the love and the passion for the character in this design and that classic Superman design that we are getting from Sideshow, which I am very happy about. I prefer that sort of Kurt Swan sort of visualization of Superman, that sort of Jose Lopez, JGL, Jose Garcia Lopez and stuff like that. Like that's the Superman that I grew up with. So I sort of recognize that through. What you looking for, Guy? Are you putting something down?
No, I'm good. I was checking our boxes. I love that box art.
Box is great. Yeah, that's something that I would definitely.
What I was seeing is how could I display him inside the box, and show him off like that. But I love the artwork. I really like that. That artwork there is just a lot of fun to have.
Classic Comics is such a great thing. Cassidy, I'm going to do a last call on questions, comments, and concerns from the old Peanut Gallery. What do we got?
You know what? We pretty much answered everything. I am not seeing any other questions at the moment.
Yeah, I think I'd say we got through this in super speed.
Mm-hmm.
Get it? It's like Superman.
Oh my gosh.
See what I did there? Because the character is very fast.
You connected it. Yes.
Yeah, he's faster than his speeding episode. Now, that being said, everyone, hey, thank you so much for joining us. How great are you? You have been an absolutely amazing audience. Now, if you're interested in any of our giveaways, of which we have many, why don't you go ahead and check out our new at Sideshow Instagram, where we are giving away the Captain Marvel Deluxe 6 scale by Hot Toys. I like that. Never think to yourself, man, I wish that there was a social media account exclusively for the stuff that's brand new at Sideshow. Guy, you ask me that question all the time. Daily you say that. Now, well, that's what New at Sideshow is for. And Cassidy will or has dropped a link to the giveaway in the chats right now. She did it now, right? It's now. And in case you missed the announcement recently, the Comics Hall is on vacation for a bit, but look out for season 2 of Get Super with Joshy G coming soon. And there is plenty more content coming your way. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. We will see you next Monday, August 17th at 10 a.m. Pacific for another episode of Unsealed and Revealed. And until then, go get some sun. Have a nice summertime experience, right? And thank you all so much for watching. And don't forget to let your geek side show. I'm going to the beach. Bye.